What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about BSV and how I expect it to explode. You guys, Bitcoin SV has panicked. A lot of people panic sold the other day when all of the cryptos were panic selling. And I want to talk about why I personally increased my position size. I am now a little bit bigger in BSV than Dogecoin. They're both very similar in position size, but I am actually bigger in my BSV position. So I'm going to be getting into why I did that today. If you guys are not a subscriber to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now, as well as sharing these videos with your friends. I genuinely appreciate everybody that comments and does that. So without further ado, let's get straight into the analysis. So this is BSV versus the dollar, and this is on Bitfinex. Now, recently, a lot of people panic sold because of the correction that we saw. But listen, you guys, you never want to ever follow the crowd in trading because the majority loses. The fact of the matter is that about 10% of the market is consistently profiting, and the other 90% of the market is consistently losing. And that's really important to remember, because whenever you have a lot of people doing the same thing, your gut reaction is obviously going to be, oh, I should do the same thing that everybody's doing. That's called crowd psychology. It's like when you see everybody on the road get into a certain lane, and then you just get into that lane because everybody else did it, even though you don't even know why you did. Or everybody runs out of a building and then nobody knows why they ran out of the building, and it was really just because one guy looked like he was running from something. That's exactly what happens inside of the markets over and over again, you guys. Crowd psychology. This is a great read if you guys haven't learned about crowd and mob psychology. It actually explains a lot of what goes on in the world too. Unfortunately, this can be a very good thing and a very bad thing. Obviously, if a lot of people see each other helping each other, crowd psychology can change the world, but also it can cause a lot of problems if everybody starts doing something bad or more negative. So it's just important to understand the kind of poles of truth there. And with trading, a lot of people are learning about crowd psychology. People are starting to realize what they can do as opposed to just falling victim to the market. So people are getting really empowered. Crypto is helping do that. But overall, a lot of people were crowd psychologically selling right here. A lot of them were following the crowd and selling. And for me, I was doing the complete opposite. I added into all of my BSV positions down here. One of the reasons I'm doing that is because we have a very, very obvious trading range, an expanding trading range. And whenever you're in a trading range, it's actually very profitable to buy near the bottom of these ranges. As you can see, every single time that the prices neared the bottom of this range, it mooned, like literally 100%, 200%. It was just taking off every single time it touched near those lows. And I expect the same thing to happen this time, only I actually expect prices to go ahead and break out of the top of the range this time. So maybe something like this, where we actually get out and above the top of the range. And there's a lot of reasons for this. One of the main reasons is that this is a lot like the Bitcoin accumulation pattern in 2015. This point over here and this point over here. As you guys can see, this looks a lot like how Bitcoin double bottomed in 2015. Right before it started its massive bull market, when Bitcoin was actually worth about $180. The price is the same too. And then it went all the way to 20,000 per coin. So, I mean, you can imagine if BSV were to go that high, it would be quite incredible. My public short-term target is 1,100 per coin. So that's kind of what I'm watching in the short term, because Bitcoin did this kind of parabolic breakout and then made a triangle and then kept going up in the 2015 breakout. And I'm expecting the prices to do a similar story here today. But that's not the only reason that I decided to do this. I actually genuinely, the more that I use BSV, the more that I use the apps that BSV provides, I am genuinely inspired by the project as a whole. It works extremely well, it's extremely scalable, and although I'm not a fundamental analyst in any way whatsoever, the fundamentals legitimately excite me, and I really haven't felt this excited about a project since I found Bitcoin in 2015, started trading it because I knew about it in 2014. And that's saying a lot, you guys, because Bitcoin changed my life. It gave me something to believe in, it gave me purpose, it gave me direction, it changed my life. And that same feeling that I got, that rush of energy that I got when I found Bitcoin, I'm getting the same feeling with Bitcoin SV, the real Bitcoin. And that really excites me, you guys. So definitely, I expect a lot of upside in the short term. In the long term, I expect massive upside for BSV. There's a lot of people concerned about how many people were shorting it. Go look up what happened to GameStop, because so many people were shorting GameStop, and institutions were, and then we all came together and liquidated all of them and sent it to the moon. And so I know that BSV has a lot of shorts, but they're starting to change. As you can see, the short to long ratio is starting to go more towards short positions leaving. And I expect the long positions to start to increase quite significantly over the next little while, now that we're starting to get that reversal between shorts and longs. And as you guys can see, BSV longs went really high, and then they went really low, and everybody started talking about how much short positions were on it. But this now to me looks like a massive horizontal accumulation. And horizontal accumulation generally leads to a reversal in either direction, but in my opinion, we will see a bullish reversal here, and there will be a lot more long positions coming into BSV as opposed to short positions. So that's very, very important, you guys, to remember. And those are just a few reasons that I expect BSV to rise. I do also want to quickly point out a trading pattern that I'm seeing on BSV inside of this time frame, because it's very, very important for me to look at these trading patterns in different time frames. This is the 2-day time frame on BSV versus Bitcoin. And as you guys can see, when you're comparing it against the value of Bitcoin instead of against the value of the dollar, we have a perfect inverse head and shoulders pattern. And inverse head and shoulders are very powerful patterns, and especially when you see them coming after a large panic sell. As you guys can see, there's a large capitulation event that occurred here with BSV. We had an ABC correction. People sold all the way down. And then I believe this to be the bottom of the C wave, lining up with the head of the inverse head and shoulders. And I believe that versus Bitcoin, BSV will also start increasing value versus Bitcoin, which means BSV is a better hold than Bitcoin, especially as we start to get confirmation of this trend reversal. It means that it's a better hold than Bitcoin because it will be performing better than Bitcoin. If it was performing worse than Bitcoin, it would keep going lower in price. But because it's doing a reversal, I expect it to start performing better than Bitcoin, and it will start rising versus the value of Bitcoin. So it's a stronger hold than Bitcoin. And as you guys can see, this is what an inverse head and shoulders pattern looks like. You can see this huge sell-off, and then you have this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and a breakout of the neckline. So what I'm really watching for to confirm this inverse head and shoulders, you guys, is a break of this neckline right here. And when we get above that level, it confirms further upside and a reversal of this bearish trend in BSV. But it's only a bearish trend versus Bitcoin because it's in a horizontal bullish accumulation range versus the dollar. And that's another reason why it's showing me that it's likely that this bullish horizontal consolidation range will break upwards, and then it will proceed to outperform Bitcoin, the dollar, and the short positions will start leaving, causing short seller liquidations, and then the long positions will start coming around. It'll be like a snowball effect. You guys can see what happened to GameStop. I'll quickly show you. This is what happened to GameStop. You know, every hedge funds were trying to short it to nothing, to zero. A lot of people were trying to short GameStop to zero and end the company. And this is right where the max short positions were in the market. Down here, as you can see, we have a left shoulder, a head, a little right shoulder right here. And then bam, right when everybody was trying to short, right when the crowds and the institutions were trying to short, another crowd of people on Reddit came together and they all started buying. And it pumped the entire market so drastically. And it's honestly probably pretty likely that it sees more upside from here, that it keeps going up in value. And that's really, really good for anybody that's still holding GameStop. But what I'm saying is you can have these huge breakouts and liquidate all of those short positions. You can't hold down a market forever. That's what they're trying to do with BSV, is hold it down. But the same people, the Wall Street bets that pumped GameStop, have been talking about pumping BSV. So, you know, keep that in mind, because if it sees a massive breakout, even bigger than what I'm showing you here with 1100 per coin, it will not surprise me in the slightest. So that's my update on Bitcoin SV, the real Bitcoin, you guys. I did not choose to take so much of my portfolio and put it in lightly. I risked almost everything by doing this. A lot of people in the crypto space strongly dislike this project, just like they hated Ethereum and Bitcoin way back in the day. People that didn't know about it, that weren't part of the crypto space, they hated it. And then they mooned, and they hated XRP, and it mooned like crazy. So, and it probably will again. So, you know, crowd psychology is real. When a lot of people hate something, it could mean that the majority, the 90%, is doing the wrong thing. And so I am taking a contrarian approach to this, but I didn't take the trade because of contrarianism. I'm taking the trade because of multiple reasons, including contrarianism. So that's my view on BSV, you guys. Super bullish. My sale did end because of the discount. I'd let everybody know that the markets dropped and that I'd give you guys a discount since the markets had dropped. Shout out to all the new members that joined the VIP. And if you guys are a Discord member, I am doing a call with everybody for free. You don't even have to be a VIP member. Just join the links in the description for the Discord, which, by the way, as soon as you join the Discord, you also get my ebook completely free. Everybody that joins the Discord gets a message with the ebook. Lots of super amazing content in the ebook that will help take you from knowing basically nothing to be prepared to start earning money in the markets consistently, and really prepare you to get into the VIP as well. Because once you learned all the stuff in the ebook, the VIP is just so much easier to grasp. So definitely check out the Discord links in the description. I am doing a call with everybody tonight at 7:30 PST once I drive over to California. So just stay tuned for that, you guys. There will be a very, very, very meaningful, powerful call that we're all going to do as a community there, learn a lot, get to know you guys better, share some of my trading techniques, share a little bit of my story. It's going to be awesome. So 7:30 PST, check the links in the description for the Discord so that you guys can make sure that you join in on the group voice call. So thank you guys again for tuning in today's video. Check out the VIP. Links are in the description for that as well. I love and appreciate everybody that tunes into these. And as always, stay profitable out there.